Hi, this is Junchen Jason Lai. I am recording for my demo for my projects 3. So let me get into my demo. My API endpoints are hosted on Azure Function app, which retrieves data from my Azure SQL database from the violations and normal reading tables. Based on the business logic or the API endpoint the user hits with the parameters, it gets the data to the response to the user who is requesting the data. We also have Azure Blob Storage for logs, and then there are Azure Insights set up for any monitoring, and Azure API management set up in case any API scaling up and down. Let me quickly show my API endpoints. Okay, so this is the Open API document I built. Here shows my 4 endpoints. This is just the example post request endpoint I set up. It's not related to the project. Okay, so we got normal reading endpoints. Um, so what it does is returns the latest 10 normal readings from all the stations in our system. So if we try it out, we can see we get a 200 response, and these are the normal readings, the latest. I think that's the last time I put in the compressor reading into the database. Okay, that's the first endpoint. And we also have here, that's the data models. We have normal reading, we have violation, and we have reading, and there's like this is for the other one. So let's try the gets violations. It's similar. So I wouldn't demo this one. It's return the latest 10 violations. Just gets the data from the violation table. Here's a gate station endpoint. What this does is it go to both of the tables and then it gets the unique station names. So we have Algonquin, EA3, Egon, Texas Eastern, and Tres Palacios. So this endpoint is intent is for user to query the station name. So in case they want to get readings from a specific station, where they can hit this endpoint with the parameter, and then they can get the reading from 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 that station. So as you can see, we got like 400 euros because we forgot to put the parameters in. So let me put the parameter in. So we have Algonquin. So as you can see, when we hit the parameter with Algonquin, the 200 returns. It returns the station name, output, and peak usage, and the reading type. So when we get like the normal reading or the violations separate individually, it wouldn't have this reading type. But when we request it for that specific station, you see we have normal reading, normal readings, and then we have violations and violations. That's pretty much it for all my endpoints. Now let me demo my CI/CD. So, so locally, we make our changes and any development. We make our PR to push it to GitHub remotely. And then once it pushed to GitHub, it runs the GitHub action. The workflow is gonna build and push the image into our Azure Container Registry, our image repo. And then from there, it's gonna deploy our image to the Azure Function app and then where it's hosted. Okay, so I have just added it my README document. Now let me push it. Okay, then now let me see. now. And then now let me push to the origin. Now let's go to my GitHub. So on my GitHub, there should be this coming in. Now let me look at my actions. So my workflow is running. So setting up the job, it checked out to the repo. Now it's logging into my Azure. It's gonna take a little bit, and then it's gonna log into my container registry. Now it's building and pushing my Docker image. This is gonna take probably roughly about a minute. So while that's building and pushing, let me do a quick review on my Azure resource group. So we have the function app running. This is a premium function app. Originally, I had the Flex consumption one, but that one doesn't support deploying with container images. So I have this premium function app running. And then here's my Azure SQL database where I keep my tables. And I have like the storage account for logs. And then there's application insights. Showing any fail request or server response time, all kinds of good stuff. And then the Azure OpenAI was attached to my function app. Mainly, that's what I have. Let's see what okay, now building and pushing Docker images complete. Now we're deploying. Okay, now since the Docker image was built and pushed, we can look at my container registry. So let me look at my repo. So as you can see, I have my compressor reading function pushed in. The last update was 736. That's what just came in. Let's see. Okay, my deploy was complete as well. So let me go to my resource group where my premium compressor reading. It should show all my endpoints listed down here. It's just taking a little bit of time to loading it up. Here we go. Yeah, we get all of our endpoints hosted. This is for probably updating for some security stuff. Okay, ignore that for now. That's pretty much it for my demo. In my report, there are detailed analysis on cost analysis. The SQL Server I set up is like really minimum right now. It's only active whenever I'm requesting. So there's detailed analysis on how I want to scale it up with more storage and then more frequent requests. Yeah, thank you for watching.